Hello techies, this is Tech Valor on behalf of Easy Computer Solutions. Today's video is a comparison between the Note 7 and the Note 8. They are both my daily drivers and I have been using them side by side for the past 2 months. I'll compare specs, side by side build, display, battery, and final thoughts. Specs. The Note 7 has a 5.7-inch display, screen 2560 by 1440 with 518 ppi, Snapdragon 820, 4 GB of RAM, 64 GB of storage, SD card support, 3500 mAh battery, 12 megapixel camera in the rear, 5 megapixel camera in the front. Biometrics include fingerprints and iris scanner. Android 6.0.1 Marshmallow. The Note 8 has a 6.3-inch display, screen 2960 by 1440, 521 ppi, Snapdragon 835, 6 GB RAM, 64 GB of storage, SD card support, 3300 mAh battery, dual 12 megapixel camera in the rear, 8 megapixel camera in the front. Biometrics include fingerprint, iris scanner, and face detection. Android 7.1.1 Nougat. Side-by-side build. As you can see, the Note 8 is taller and wider than the Note 7. You will enjoy the extra screen real estate, especially when you go on a multi-window view. The placement of the power and volume rockers will be familiar, except for the fact that the Bixby button will get in the way. But after a while, you'll get used to it. Display. Here are some color tests with the app Display Tester. The Note 8 does really well with reds, as the Note 7 tends to be more on the orange side. The Note 8 definitely has richer colors. The whites and grays are also better on the Note 8, which helps when you're using your navigation app. Now we will test some real-world photos. So hands down, the Note 8's display is better. Battery. For the battery test, I charged both devices to 100%. Then I played a 10-hour video on YouTube. I have both devices on full bright with no auto brightness. I also made sure that the Note 8 was on performance mode. The Note 7 was the first one to tap out. I stopped it at 5%. Went to Settings, Device Maintenance, Battery, Battery usage. The Note 7 went from 100% to 5% in 4 hours and 40 minutes. It would have drained faster, but someone called me and it interrupted my battery drain test. I always measure the juice of a battery by how long the display can stay awake, because the display is what takes up a majority of the battery. Despite the Note 8 having a smaller battery, it lasted longer. It went from 100% to 5% in 5 hours and 45 minutes. Final thoughts. The Note 7 is the eternal trailblazer. Despite having the reputation of catching on fire, a lot of people would rather learn how to block and reverse the battery charging limit instead of returning their Note 7s. Samsung eventually got most of the Note 7s back and repurposed them by creating a Note Fan Edition that was only sold in certain countries. USA was not one of them. But some people love the Note 7 so much that they purchased the Note Fan Edition and is using them on GSM networks like T-Mobile. Samsung even had to get creative with their incentive for previous Note 7 owners when the Note 8 came out. As every descendant should, the Note 8 outperforms the Note 7 in every way. Those that still use their Note 7 on their network and are considering passing the torch off to the Note 8 will not regret it. Two concerns that current Note 7 owners should consider are the fact that there have been some major Android security updates that the Note 7 has not received, and you still can't take it on a plane or Amtrak for travel. I personally understand the risks and continue to use mine, but I don't take it on a plane or Amtrak. I must admit, I have been using my Note 8 more often than I use my Note 7, with additions like dual camera in the rear, Bixby, DeX, infinity display, face recognition, live focus, live message. It is just a powerhouse. I'm glad I don't need to make a decision on giving up my Note 7 anytime soon, but if I do, I'm keeping that S Pen. It is exactly the same as the Note 8. I hope you found this video useful. Please like and share this video with others. And while you're here, please subscribe. This is once again Valor on behalf of Easy Computer Solution. And as always, stay curious, techies.